All right, good morning, Rabbi Yossi. Today's shir is being sponsored Lilu Nishmas Eliyahu David ben Mordechai Alevi. The dedication is in memory of my grandfather Eliyahu David ben Mordechai Alevi, whose yard site is Tasivan Mort Bloomberg. Yasher Koach Mort for sponsoring the shir. L'schus for the shloishim Tasivan Lilu Nishmas Gittel Basar Befraim Tzvi Halevi Friedman. Dedicated by the Friedman family. The Neshamois should have an aliyah. One short email for today. Rebelli, I can't believe you started a day Zoom daf shir. I'm truly grateful. So last night we started up the night shir again, which we stopped due to COVID, and we started up with Zoom. That was the push that I had, because night shir is it's not the same kind of atmosphere. There's fewer people, and it's just at the end of the day. But because of the Zoom, and people were requesting, people from the States were saying they would rather have something. We couldn't do the perfect timing, but we said, okay, we'll be mitzaref the two things. So 9:15 at night, Israel time, which is, what time is it in New York? 2:15 in New York, 1:15 in Chicago, somewhere like at lunchtime. We started last night. Baruch Hashem, 43 people joined us on Zoom. It's very nice. Although one of them lives like 25 feet away from the Beis Medrash, not exactly sure. Okay, listen, it's night. So David Address, he was one of the guys that pushed it, and he's writing this email. He says, your awesomeness can't be expressed by words. Thank you so much. Now, because he gave me that little, that little gaiva, that little so I must take the opportunity to knock myself. Tshuvas HaMishkol, there's nothing like a nice big busha in front of, 10, 15 people that are watching. So I have to admit that a very chashuv person, maybe I won't say his name, very famous, very chashuv, he watches the shir, and he sent a voice message yesterday that I made a mistake. And indeed, he is right. When I have to take it back. If you make a mistake in learning, it's a little bit of a busha, but you got to do it. When we were learning the sugya of Rabbi Yossi said you can make a circle and then a square around the circle, and that's how you can plant up the entire field. And I mistakenly said what he meant was one patch, not the whole field. My mistake was from the fact that I had a kasha on the spot that if you put two patches next to each other, you're only 2 tefachim away, you have to be 3 tefachim away. To that, Tosfos discusses, and he actually has another pshat, and the Chazon Ish explains in Rashi that because it's a circle and because it's a square, in this case, you don't have to do 3 tefachim away. But I said that the Gemara's understanding was that there's no other, I think that's what I said according to what he said, I didn't look it up again. Rabbi Yossi wanted to say you could plant the entire field like this and just leave out the walkway, which is only 2 tefachim, leave it barren. And then the Gemara says you don't have to leave it barren, you could just plant it in a different direction, like this. Fine, that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, once we're talking about mistakes, somebody else pointed out, and Yasher Koach, we discussed this many times, but in the picture it definitely came out wrong. First of all, this is the infamous picture. The first one was wrong, then we did another picture, and this is Evan Misama. There's a guy I just met. I said, no, what's going to be with the daf? Doesn't do the daf. I said, listen, if you know what Evan Misama is, you don't have to come to the daf. He had no idea. And he said he'll come, but I don't see him anymore. What? Right, okay, because you're with it. However, I put a pot here. Pot is the wrong kli that we're talking about. We are discussing a couch, something that you could sit on, something that's made to sit on, a kli. Your wife will say, Amoid v'nasam melachtenu, in Evan Masam, because we constantly discuss that what is zav is metam is always something that's roy lemedris, roy to sit. And when it comes to Evan Masam, it has to be something that's roy to sit. This picture is wrong. We got to fix it. Okay, so 2 gishmaka bushas and 1 piece of gaiva doesn't equal the Tshuvas HaMishkol. Fine, next. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. The truth is, I'm upset at Menachem. He's not here. It's his job to catch these things. It's his fault, not really mine, but okay. Now it says like this, I was actually losing it for a while. I had a minor daf of fear. I cheated on you and the chabura. The last 15 blad, I just wanted to get it over with and found a fast daf on Torah Anytime. Yes, I saw you listed on Torah Anytime and staring at me, but I just caved. All of a sudden today I see live Zoom share during the day and WhatsApp, and it shocked me back to reality. I now have to block out my calendar so no one can book meetings at that time. You see, it is going to be a little bit difficult for the Americans. It's like 2:15 New York time. No, what is that? I don't know. A lot of people in Israel, they take lunch. Fine. Keep up the great work. Toda, David address. Gewaldig. Fine. So anyway, if you want to join us at night, 9:15, here in the Beis Medrash, there weren't that many people. It wasn't like Shavuos night. So we're not really going to do a rotation like we do in the morning. So you could come. Miriam is at 10 o'clock. It's a 45-minute shir. And tell your friends in America, if you know anybody that wants to watch it on Zoom, 2:15 New York time, 1:15 Chicago time, and I have no idea what it is, Los Angeles time. Figure it out. All right. So we're continuing with the sugya of yesterday. We had Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi, this is not too close. Gary, this camera, what is this? This is not too close. Gary, this camera, what is this? This is not too close. He's still learning. It'll take him, what I figured out in 20 minutes in my house and everything is perfect, it'll take him a week or two. I'll say it. Fine. The tech guys. There's only 3 guys. How many guys? 3 guys up there, 1 guy down here, and they're figuring it out. Okay. B'kitzur, it'll happen. Rabbi Yossi holds that on Rosh Chodesh, you see this calendar? Made you a little calendar here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Shabbos. What happened through all those days? On Sunday, on Rosh Chodesh, which is Sunday, according to Rabbi Yossi, this is the one. I'm going with 3 now? I'm actually koshev here. I'm no longer royal today. I knocked myself. I had 2 mistakes in learning. I'm down to reality now. Down to reality. Hold on a second. Okay, Rabbi said this one also. Okay, anyway. No, this should be like this. All the news, the media, okay. Fine. Whatever. According to Rabbi Yossi, Rosh Chodesh was on Sunday. According to Chachamim, Rosh Chodesh was on Monday. That's how we finished off yesterday. And Chachamim just push off all these things that happened by one day. Matan Torah was right here on Shabbos. That's no shaila. Okay, so far, no machlokes on that. Matan Torah on Shabbos. When was Rosh Chodesh? That's machlokes between Rabbi Yossi and Chachamim. Rabbi Yossi said it happened on Sunday. Okay, says the Gemara. This I guess we could get rid of, this mistake that a chashuva person pointed out. Not going to mention his name. Yeah, but says the Gemara Meisvei. We're holding like 6 lines down. V'kidashtom hayoimu machar. What does Rabbi Yossi say? So let's go Nachamal. Rosh Chodesh was on Sunday. When was the Prisha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Klal Yisrael, separate from your wives? On Wednesday. According to Chachamim, it was pushed off one day, it was on Thursday. But Matan Torah is here on Shabbos. So if the Torah says, V'kidashtom hayoimu machar, 2-day separation, so let's see. It happened on Wednesday, one day. Thursday was the 2nd day. Matan Torah should have been right here on Friday. How did Matan Torah fall out on Shabbos? Mapshat. Kashi Rabbi Yossi. Omalach Rabbi Yossi. Yoim echad hoisev Moshe medaitoi. You're right. Matan Torah should have been on Friday. So how did it end up on Shabbos? Because Moshe Rabbeinu inserted one more day of hafrasha. Stay away from your wives one more day. This is not the first time. Moshe Rabbeinu did this 3 times. He did 3 things on his own without asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He figured it out on his own, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to him on all 3. Hoisif yoyim echad medaitoi upeiresh min isha v'shibar saluchos. He separated from Tzipora. He broke the luchos. So the Gemara goes into it. Hoisif yoyim echad medaitoi my darish. Where did he come up with this? Hayoim umachar. So if you remember, we could just go to this thing for a second just to explain it slightly better. Here's one, according to Rabbi Yossi, Klal Yisrael separated from their wives over here. Now, where did HaKadosh Baruch Hu come and tell Moshe Rabbeinu? When did Moshe Rabbeinu come down from the mountain? When it turned light, over here, daybreak. So when Moshe Rabbeinu told Klal Yisrael, you have to separate from your wives, was only half a day. Because the half a day before was nighttime. He's still in Shemayim. He only came down midday. Midday, Jewishly, is sunrise. Because the day starts at night. So he comes down right over here at this point, and there's only 12 hours left of the day or whatever, and he tells Klal Yisrael, separate from your wives. So he says like this, Hayoim umachar, Hayoim kemachar. Today, Wednesday, should be like tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday, how many hours do you have to separate from your wives? 24. So today also, it has to be 24. But I don't have 24. I only have 12 hours left. Mimela, I need to add another. Are we off of Zoom? Oh, okay. Hello, Rav Schoenberg. Hello, everybody else. I see Eli Dykman, the famous waver from Borough Park. Oh, let me see what we have here. Just 1 second. Phil. I see Phil Nachamol. Oh, Dr. Epstein, my neighbor. And David Feinberg, who could be here today, but he's not. And Lauren could also be here today, but he's not. Shmuley Lemmer. Wow, you were on last night. Very nice. Okay, Shmuley Lemmer from Kensington. Was noch? My twin, Yosef, and of course the lawyer, Michael Cohen. And the Shver, Menachem Shver. Nachum Kaskabir, Gewaldik. Seth is here. Eli Kamiansky is here today. Gewaldik. Reb Aaron Rozovsky. I'm going to call you Rozovsky. I hope you don't mind. Shoin. Let's go back. Danny Fine. All the Choshev people. How many? We only have 95 today. That means that 5 people minimum from Zoom are here today, and maybe, so we didn't really have a gain of 43 people on Zoom last night because a lot of them are here. You know who was on last night? Again, Avrumi Leibowitz. He twice in Zoom. All right. Anyway, I have no idea what we were holding. So hayoim umachar kemachar. So just like tomorrow, it's a full day of 24 hours. So today, the first day also has to be 24 hours. But it can't be 24 hours because I'm already halfway through the day. I only have 12 hours left. Adds Rabbi Yossi as he says, Moshe Rabbeinu added another day, a third day. But the night already left on Wednesday. I don't have a night because I just came down from the mountain at daytime. So therefore, I need 2 full days, 48 hours, in addition to my 12 hours today, and that's why Moshe Rabbeinu added a third day. And how do you know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to him? Because when did HaKadosh, what? It was a half, and he added a whole day. It started out with a half, and then he realized, wait a minute, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants me whole days. So I'm going to add. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to give the Torah on Friday. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because of Moshe Rabbeinu, pushed Chicago. I don't know how they did it exactly. I didn't see the first part. Back on. Okay. So we're going weiter. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. We're trying to sort it out. The bottom line is, if we want to get a good internet line here, it costs about $500 a month. That's the bottom line. Yeah. If we want to get fiber optic, because the other lines are just not working for us. All right. Uperish Minayisha. New sugya. If you just joined us this second and we just reconnected to Zoom and whatever. Uperish Minayisha. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu separate from Tzipora? For life. That's it. For good. Never again was he with his wife. My darish, not Kal V'chomer ba'atzmai. He said a Kal V'chomer. Omar Ma Yisrael shalei dibur shchino imayim el shoachas. Klal Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu revealed himself to them one time. V'kav alem zman, and he told them exactly when it's going to be. It's going to be on Shabbos morning. Omar Torah v'hoyu nechoinim al tikshu elisha. You have to separate for 3 days. Ani shekol shah v'shah shchina medaber simi. Shekol shah v'shah shchina medaber simi. Any given second, HaKadosh Baruch Hu come and speak to me, ve'enik avei zman, and he doesn't notify me. Alachas kama v'kama. So certainly, I need to separate from my wife. If Klal Yisrael separated for 3 days, I need to separate for life. And if it's a good Kal V'chomer is like Torah says Taisvis. So Taisvis goes into all these things that Moshe Rabbeinu decided on his own. Each one has some sort of chak. Over there is Matan Torah, different things. How do we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to him? He tells Moshe Rabbeinu, tell Klal Yisrael, you go back to your wives. You don't go back. You stay here. You're separated for life. The famous pasuk when HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives Eichacha to Aaron and Miriam, he says to Aaron and Miriam, how could you talk about Avdi Moshe? Pel daber boy. I talk to Moshe Rabbeinu mouth to mouth. And therefore what? So Rashi and Chumash, if you look at Rashi and Chumash, by the way, this is this week's parasha. Pel daber boy. So we'll have a new understanding, just maybe not a new understanding, but it'll come back to life, this pasuk, when we read it. Not 2 seconds. Look in Rashi when we read it. Rashi says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu to be parish from his wife. How does it fit in with our sugya exactly? Maybe Moshe Rabbeinu started it, and then, so Taisvis over here says, I'm not saying this is what Rashi says, but it's interesting that Taisvis smack in the middle of Taisvis, V'ata poim amoidi madi, Taisvis says, B'derech shadam hoylech ba me'lichin oisai. Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to go in that mahalach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to him. It doesn't seem like that from Rashi. Rashi seems like HaKadosh Baruch Hu started off, I told Moshe Rabbeinu to parish. How can you be talking about Moshe B'chlal? Besides, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Miriam over there, Aaron and Miriam, Eina melech oyav oichinam. What do you think? I love Moshe Rabbeinu and I talk to Moshe Rabbeinu and nobody in the world ever spoke to me like that. That closeness that we have, you think he's doing something wrong? How could he even be mayas to talk about? So Taisus explains, we have to see Taisus, a beautiful Taisus, that explains what happened there. What's Aaron and Miriam's taina? We're also Navim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks to us. And we're not parish from our wives. We're not parish from my husband, from wives. Why are you any better? So then, Taisus goes on to say that when Eldad and Medad were misnaba, so Miriam said, wow, Ashri Nishrisayim, look how chashav your husbands are in charge of the tzibur. Your wives must be so proud. So Tzipar says, oy vey for their wives. Oy leilin Nishrisayim, look what happened to me. I don't have a husband anymore. So Taisus says, what? Aaron and Miriam didn't know? They didn't know that So Taisus says, they thought that Moshe Rabbeinu was parish because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him to be parish. Now all of a sudden they find out from Tzipora that was on his own. So Taisus doesn't really hold like Rashi, it seems like. Rashi says HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him to. And Taisus says, no, it was Moshe Rabbeinu's idea and HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed to it afterwards. Fine. Look in Rashi over there. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't love Moshe Rabbeinu for no reason. There's a reason why. And what he does is 100% and I'm with him. Shivas haluchos. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu break the luchos? My darish. What was his own? HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't tell him to break it. Omar. Pesach is 1 out of 613. If you're a nechar, you do avodah zara, you shouldn't be touching the korban Pesach. I have the entire Torah, not korban Pesach. I have all 613, and who am I giving to? A bunch of mumarim. They just made the egel, avodah zara. No, so Tosfos asks again. So then it's a beautiful kavachomer. So it's Torah. So it's not. That's the truth. Says Tosfos is very interesting. That maybe perhaps giving the Torah would bring Klal Yisrael back to tshuva. Would bring them right into tshuva, lachzirim b'tshuva. So there's a little bit of an angle to get out of the kavachomer. No, so maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he broke the luchas and HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't agree. Shnemar asher shibarto. So yesterday or the other day we had Rachmana litzlan. This phrase that everybody uses. Rachmana litzlan. Yesterday, 2 days ago, Daf. What? Yeah, Rachmana litzlan fight. And here we have the famous phrase that we say, Yasher Koach. Shkoyach, shkoyach. Where does it come from? Right over here. Well, it's brought a few times in Shas, this Yasher Koach, but it's all basically the same Rosh Chodesh, Rosh Chodesh. Yishar koichacho sheshibarto. You were right for doing it. You should have more koyach. Kitzer, the Gemara, Rahman Islan is more of an Aramaic word. Yishar koyach. So here we know our phrases. We take our phrases from the Gemara. Tashma. V'hayu nechonim layoyim hashlishi. You should be ready. The third day, you should be ready. Kasher Rabbi Yossi. So, Rabbi Yossi says that there were 3 days of separation, and over here it says there's only 2 days of separation, and on the third day there's going to be Matan Torah. How does it fit in with Rabbi Yossi? What's the kasha? We already explained this. He added a day, so yes. Toshma, in other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to give the Torah on the third day, but Moshe Rabbeinu pushed it off. That was Moshe Rabbeinu's idea. Toshma Shlishi. The third day. So, it doesn't explain what this is, this third day. The third day. The third. What's the third? Shlishi b'chodesh. Ushlishi b'Shabbos. So this fits in exactly with Rabbi Yossi. By the way, this calendar is Rabbi Yossi calendar, in case I didn't mention. Rabbi Yossi says Rosh Chodesh is on Sunday. What happened on Tuesday? Tuesday is the third day, not only of the week, it's not only Tuesday, but it's also the third day of the month. According to Chachamim, what day of the month is Tuesday? The second day of the month, because Rosh Chodesh is on Monday. So this Braisa, Shlishi b'Chodesh, the third day of the month is Shlishi b'Shabbos. Tuesday is also the third day of the month. Fits in with Rabbi Yossi, not with Rabbanan. Kashil Rabbanan, Amir Loch Rabbanan, Amani Rabbi Yossi. Tosfos just points out, and it's not critical, but this is a Braisa. So the question is more on Rava. How does Rava fit into this Braisa? Because Braisa, you can say Tanaim argue with each other. And in fact, the Gemara says, look, this Braisa is one Braisa that goes according to Rabbi Yossi. There's other Braisas that are going to say like Rabbanan. But how does Rava explain it? Okay. Rabbanan, Amani, Rabbi Yossi. It goes according to Rabbi Yossi. Now, what happened on Tuesday, the Gemara wants to know. Says the Gemara, like this Anya, Shlishi Lemai, like this Anya, Vayoshev Moshe's Divrei Omer Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu went back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and said, Klal Yisrael agreed to everything he said. Nasa. The famous Nasa. Uchsiv, and then 2 psukim later, it says, Vayagid Moshe's Divrei Ha'am El Hashem. What happened in between Vayoshev and Vayagid? There's a niggin here? Sounds like a phenomenal song. Judah? High part? Eli? Levi. No. We have Levi Friedman. We have the three singers here. The three famous. Levi Friedman, Nachman Seltz, and Judah. Judah has no idea. I have no idea. Who's both? I used to listen to Avram Friedman. I knew every Avram Friedman song. But at a certain point in time, it's just, I don't know. But the Torah doesn't tell us that anything happened between Vayosh and Vayagid. There's one pasuk that had nothing to do with the whatever, the Anan, Kaved. But what happened with Vayagid? What was the back and forth there? Says the Gemara, Zum mitzvahs hagbala. That's what we had. We even mentioned it. If you look, like the top line on this page, Daf Peizayin, all the way on top. Klasa Amerlu mitzvahs hagbala. That's how we finished off yesterday, basically. On Tuesday, there was a mitzvah of hagbala. Don't come close to the mountain. The Rabbi Yossi reviewed. Rabbi Yomi another pshat. B'tchila peirash oincha. In the beginning, he was mefarish doinish. By the way, if you do this, we'll stone you. And if you do that, we'll hang you. And if you do that, you're going to get 16 months in Gehenim. Kitzer, kafakela, chibut kever, all the geschmacke oinchim. He scared the living daylights out of them. And if you're a Jew and you hear all these things, you don't want to be mekayim the Torah. But nevertheless, they said, nah, so we'll go with it. We don't care. We don't care about the oinish. We're never going to get to the oinish. D'chsiv vayoshev Moshe. Dvarim shemishabevim daiti shel adam, like a lashon of shoivav, to distance, to be. You want to scare somebody, you tell them, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to give you einish. And afterwards he told them all about Gan Eden and all the beautiful things. D'chsiv vayagid Moshe dvarim shemoishchem libe shel adam ka'agada. Baruch Hashem, we're going to have a couple daf here, maybe even more, of Agadata. It's Moishech the Lev, like Mesechtes Brachas, Moishech the Lev. Tell you all the Geshmak stuff. So, Vayagid. So those are the two psukim, Vayoshev and Vayagid. According to Rebbe, he told them Schar and Oynish. So, if you look over here, I have on Tuesday, Schar and Oynish, and the mitzvah of Agbala. That mitzvah Agbala. But also, according to Rebbe, Schar and Oynish. Some say it wasn't even Rebbe, some say it is Rebbe, but it was the reverse. First, you start off with positive reinforcement. We're going to give you a lot of Gan Eden, and you're going to have Kol Tuv Bo'il Ma'zeh, Bo'il Ma'ba, and it's going to be great. And Torah itself, like the Chazon Ish says, there's no greater O'il Ma'zeh than learning Torah. It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest Hana in this world. Forget about okay? So he tells them all the good stuff. First, he tells him he's moishech them. Rabbi said, what's gidin? Shomei, what's gidin? Shah, nobody say, what's gidin? What's a gid? A sinew. Right? No. I wouldn't ask you if that was it. Usually in Shas, it's a gid is a sinew. Rashi over here, for some reason, says, a bitter vegetable. Okay, fine. Bitter vegetable. I also, like when I was reading the Gemara, I thought, typically, when we learn Tchulin, it's Dvarim Kashim, it's hard. It's hard like a sinew, like a gid. How do you say gid in English? A better word than sinew. A tendon. Oh, tendon. Thank you. Like a tendon. No, over here, it's a very bitter vegetable. Great. So for either he first told him the Oynish, then the Schar, or he's Schar and then the Oynish. Toshma, Shishi. Again, like this, a statement. Shishi, the sixth day of what? From when? From who? So we're talking about the sixth day, somewhere over here. Maybe it's on Friday, maybe it's on Shabbos, depending on how you learn when Rosh Chodesh was. If Rosh Chodesh was on Sunday, Shishi is on Friday. If not, it's on Shabbos. But what happened? Shishi b'chodesh, Shishi b'Shabbos. This fits in beautifully according to Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi says Rosh Chodesh was on Sunday, so Shishi is the sixth day of the month and the sixth day of the week. Beautiful. Kashil Rabbanan. How did Rabbanan explain it? If Rosh Chodesh was on Monday, then it's not the sixth day of the week, it's the seventh day of the week. Hanami Rabbi Yossi. So that brisa of Shishi b'Shabbos, Shishi b'Chodesh, goes to Rabbi Yossi. Shishi l'mai. Now let's explain. What is the brisa talking about? Rav Omar, returning the page Zayin on the Beis l'Chana Yason. So, if you look over here, what happened on the first day of the month on Rosh Chodesh? Sinai. They showed up in Sinai. So the 6th day means the 6th day from when they showed up in Sinai. What's this Friday? What's the importance of Friday? 6 days ago we came to Sinai. That's the importance. Rav Yaakov Amar l'mason. So Rav Yaakov says, very interesting, not only did they arrive at Sinai on Sunday, but they also left Mara, they left wherever they were before, and they also arrived. Two things happened. Similar to what we do today. We leave Israel on is it Israel? Yeah. We leave Israel on a Sunday, and we arrive in America on a Sunday. So we left and we arrived all at the same day. But Rava says no. They left on Shabbos, and they arrived on Sunday. So what's the nafkamina and why? Why is there a machlokes here? Could you leave on Shabbos? Are you allowed to leave on Shabbos? Because when you leave on Shabbos, what are you doing? You're carrying, you're doing all these things. You're mechamer, you're telling the animal to go, you're building. But it's before Matan Torah. Before Matan Torah, are they chayiv in Shabbos? That goof is the Shiloh. They come in Shabbos the Mara. What happened in Mara before Matan Torah, before this Rosh Chodesh Sivan? When we're talking about Shabbos, like I commanded you. In other words, Shabbos was already commanded before Matan Torah. I think we know this, right? Klal Yisrael's mitzvah on Shabbos, kasher tzivcha, before Matan Torah. In Mara already. How much? There's no machlokes in that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded them beforehand on Shabbos. The question is, to what point and how many halachas? Didn't include the halacha that you're not allowed to travel from one place to another. Rabbi Yudam kasher tzivcha b'mara marsa v'arava holds Shabbos yipakud atchumim lo yipakud. This isser of 2,000 amas is not included. Taisus points out right away. We're all familiar because just a few daf ago we had Va'aliba de Rabbi Akiva. That only Rabbi Akiva holds that Tchumen is Deiraisa. We're not talking about Tchumen. Tchumen says Taisus. We're talking about moving on Shabbos, moving your stuff, holding onto your suitcases, and carrying. The Gemara calls it Tchumen, but the Gemara means Haitzah. Not so much the Isra of going 2,000 amas, which is, according to most Shittas, and we passing like that, is only the Rabbanan. So, if you want to know what happened on the 6th day, the 6th day is 6 days from when they arrived in Sinai, or even not only arrived, but even maybe traveled and left. So according to Oman Omer, they left on Sunday because they didn't want to be Machal Shabbos. They already had the Isser of Tchumim of Eitzah, so they couldn't leave on Shabbos. So they left on Sunday and they arrived on Sunday. And according to Rava, there was no Isser. So they traveled on Shabbos and they arrived in Sinai on Sunday. Everybody agrees they arrived on Sunday. The question is, when did they leave? According to Rava, it wasn't a problem for them to leave on Shabbos. Tashma Nissan Shabo Yisrael Shabo Yatsu Yisrael Mitzrayim, the first Nissan that ever existed, Yitzias Mitzrayim. Barabasa Shachatu Pischayim. On the 14th day of Nissan there was Korban Pesach. Ubechamisha also Yatsu. And on the 15th day they left. V'lo Erev Loku B'chayres. And on the 15th day of the month after they left Mitzrayim there was Makas B'chayres. V'lo Erev Sokodaitach. What? Makas B'chayres happened beforehand. Elo miberev Loku B'chayres. Voice hayoim chamishi b'Shabbos hoyo. So, just to fix the price a little bit, B'chayros happened after the Korban Pesach, but on the 14th. What day of the month did they leave? On Thursday. So, to understand this whole sugya, we need to know the simplest concept. That if a particular day of the week falls out on the 15th day of the month, that means that Rosh Chodesh was on that exact day. So, very simple. If the 15th day of the month falls out on a Thursday, So Rosh Chodesh is on a Thursday, right? Just simple math. 15 days earlier than that day is always the same day of the week. It doesn't matter what month. It doesn't matter whose calendar. The 15th day of the month, yeah, Judah, you're looking at me like I'm crazy. I am crazy, but you understand this concept. Great, thank you. So the 15th day of the month was on a Thursday, so Rosh Chodesh was on a Thursday. I'm telling you that the 15th day of the month when they left Mitzrayim was a Thursday. That means that Rosh Chodesh was on a Thursday. Now, this concept you might not know, and that is that every month is exactly one day later in the month. And every Rosh Chodesh is one day later than the following Rosh Chodesh. If it's a 29-day month. And if it's a 30-day month, a Malay, then it's 2 days later. So if Nissan is on a Thursday, Rosh Chodesh is on a Thursday, Iyar is on a Friday. But no, Nissan is always a Malay. It's always 30 days. So Memela, Iyar is always going to come out on a Shabbos. If Nissan falls out on a Thursday, then Iyar always has to be 2 days later in the week. Yeah? Nachamal. So that we don't, this is important for until the bottom of the page. If Rosh Chodesh falls out on a Sunday, if a Tishrei falls out on a Sunday, so the following month is going to fall out on a Monday. Unless if Tishrei is a full month, then the following month is going to fall out 2 days later on a Tuesday. So, says the Gemara inside, since we already established that Rosh Chodesh, or that the 15th day of the month, of the first Nisan that ever existed, was on a Thursday. That also tells us, Reish Yarcha De'iyar Shabso. Sorry. Yeah, since the 15th day of Nisan was Thursday, Reish Yarcha De'iyar Shapso. So now we understand what the Gemara's line here is. Because that also tells me that Rosh Chodesh was on Thursday. And if Rosh Chodesh is on a Thursday and Nisan is a full month, you see, it has 30 days in this green, it shows you this 30. That also tells me that the following month is going to be 2 days later. A full month, 2 days later. So if Rosh Chodesh is on a Thursday, 2 days later is on a Shabbos. And that's why in this calendar, this is taken from the Art Scroll, that's why this calendar shows you that Rosh Chodesh Iyar is on a Shabbos. Now let's do the math. If Rosh Chodesh is on a Shabbos, when's the following month? Only 29 days. You see, there's a green here. The next day, which is Sunday. And that's why right over here you see Rosh Chodesh Sivan is on a Sunday. Who does that go according to? The Rosh Chodesh Sivan is on a Sunday? Rabbi Yossi. So it's a Bam Kasha on Rabbanan. Very simple math. Inside. Reish Yachad Iyar Shabso. So it comes out that the Rosh Chodesh Iyar, the following month, happened on a Shabbos, which is 2 days later. 2 days after Thursday. Oh, so if Rosh Chodesh Iyar falls out on a Shabbos, then the following month, because Iyar is a chaser, right? We're assuming that it alternates. 1 month is a malay, 1 month is a chaser. There's 6 months of a year that are malay, 6 months that are chaser. Right? Without leap years getting involved like that. So the following month is a chaser, it's a 29-day month. That means that the following Sivan, the following month, is going to fall out on a Sunday. Kashil Rabbanan say the Rosh Chodesh fell out on a Monday, not on a Sunday. Oh, so I could come up with this teretz that this month happened to be 30 days. Judah, if Iyar is 30 days, what day is the following month? If Rosh Chodesh was on a Shabbos, and Iyar is a full month, what day does Rosh Chodesh fall out the following month? A Monday, like Rabbanan. That's if Iyar had 30 days. Usually Iyar doesn't have 30 days. It never even had 30 days since that year. One time in history, Iyar had 30 days, according to this teres in the Gemara, to explain Chachamim how it's possible that Rosh Chodesh fell out on a Monday. They were Moshe Rabbeinu. Toshma Delei Abrua Nissan. Toshma Delei Abrua. I'll prove to you that there's no Ibur Chodesh. Nissan Shabai, not like what we just said. We just said that Iyar had 30 days. I'll prove to you that they didn't. In Mefor Shabrai said they didn't. Nisan Shabayatsu Yisrael Mitzrayim. We just had this word for word. We'll just repeat it again. Easy stuff. Nisan Shabayatsu Yisrael Mitzrayim. Barbas Shachatu Pischayim. They shechted the carbon pesach on the 14th. Bachamisha Yatsu. And on the 15th they left Mitzrayim. Vilerev Laku Bechayros. And there's Makas Bechayros. Le'erev Sakadaidach. There's Makas Bechayros when they left. No, the day before. Elohim Ameberev Laku Bechayros. Fine. And it says Mefurish in the Brayz. It happened to be Thursday. And it says, continues the Brayz. Hishlam Nisan, they finished Nisan. Ve'era Iyar liyos b'Shabbos. And Iyar fell out on Shabbos just like in this calendar. Now, here's the kicker. Chosar Iyar. Iyar was not full. It's a Mefurish Brayz. I can't argue with this. Chosar Iyar. Iyar only had 29 days, not 30 days. Ve'era Sivan liyos b'Shabbos. And therefore, Sivan fell out on Shabbos. Kashil Rabbanan, what do I do? Amani Rabbi Yossi. Great. The Brisa, yeah, you're right. This Brisa is Rabbi Yossi. And Rabbanan have their own Brisas. Amra Papa Toshma. Vayisu me'elim vayevo kol hadas b'nei Yisrael. B'chamisha osor yoim lachodesh hasheni. Klal Yisrael came on the 15th day of the second month. What's the second month? Nisan Iyar. Iyar. Right? The first month is Nisan, second month is Iyar. So that day was Shabbos. Talking about the month. So you are going to gather the month for 6 days. But Taisus points out that Moshe Rabbeinu forgot about it. It's really HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, fine. And since the 15th day of Iyar falls out on a Shabbos, so, if the 15th day of Iyar falls out on Shabbos, that means Rosh Chodesh that month was on Shabbos. Because whatever the 15th day falls out on, whatever is the 15th, the Rosh Chodesh is the same day. And if Rosh Chodesh of Iyar is on Shabbos, that means Rosh Chodesh of Sivan is one day later. Reish Yarcha de Sivan Bechad B'Shava. It must be one day later because it's a Chaser month, 29 days. Following month is one day later in the week. Kashil Rabbanan. So they're going to argue, like we answered before, that this middle month Iyar was 30 days, and if it's 30 days, then Rosh Chodesh fell out on a Monday. What's going on here? The first month, which is Nisan, in the second year, they already left Mitzrayim when? A year ago. The first day of Nisan, Hukam HaMishkan. But they had a Mishkan in the Midbar until then. Hukam HaMishkan was permanent. Moshe Rabbeinu used to take it down, put it up there, permanent. Tana, and by the way, you should know, there was 10 things that happened, 10 crowns, 10 firsts. Rishon L'Maisa Bereishis, it happened on a Sunday. This one I don't understand 100%. It didn't happen. Okay, it falls out that the Mishkan was put up, not only was the Mishkan permanent, but also fell out on a Sunday, and a Sunday happens to be the first day of Maisa Bereishis. Nothing special happened on the day. In history, yes. The rest of the 10 things, something special happened. Rishon L'Nesiim, all those Nesiim that we're very familiar with, that day. Rishon LeKahuna, that's the first day that the Kohanim took over. Unfortunately for me, I'm a Bechar, it used to be Becharim, and then the Kohanim kicked us out, and they started. Great. Rishon LaAvodah, first time that we do Avodah in the Beis HaMikdash. Rishon Yerida Soish, first time that the fire came down. Rishon LaAchilas Kachim, first time that we eat Kachim within a confined area of Mechitzos, of the Beis HaMikdash, of the Mishkan. Before that, we would eat kachim anywhere. Rishon Lishkon Shechina v'Shechanti b'Soicha. Shechina came down. Rishon Levarchas Yisrael, Birkus Kohanim. Recently, so habamos, you're not allowed to have a backyard mizbeach, a bama. Rishon Chodashim is the first of the month, so this is kind of like the first thing that we said. First day, first month. Now, so now let's do the math. When did it come out? Rosh Chodesh Nissan of the second year? On Sunday. Now, if it's Sunday, the shtaket b'dal b'Shabbos. Now, here's another yesod. If Rosh Hashanah, let's talk about Shavuos, let's say. Shavuos falls out on a Wednesday. That means the year before, it fell out on 4 days beforehand. Because a year, a lunar calendar has 354 years, divided by 7 days, there's an extra 4 days. And Memela, every year is off by 4 days. Unless you have a leap year, then it's off by 5 days. Says the Gemara, if Rosh Chodesh on the second year of after Klal Yisrael left Mitzrayim was on a Sunday, the shtakat b'dal b'Shabbos. So it comes out that the year before, the first year ever of Nisan, happened on a Wednesday. One yontif to the next year. Ask the Gemara, so it comes out that Rosh Chodesh Iyar was Erev Shabbos. V'Reish Yar Chodesh Sivan Shapso. So if Iyar was on Friday, the following month is 1 day later on Shabbos. Kasha bein Rabbi Yossi bein Rabbanan. So now we have a major problem. We don't have a Sunday, we don't have a Monday. All we have here is a Shabbos. Rosh Chodesh was on Shabbos, not on Sunday. If the second Rosh Chodesh, Nisan, was on a Wednesday, then it comes out that the first Rosh Chodesh was on a Shabbos. The Kitzer, it doesn't fit into Rabbi Yossi and Rabbanan. So the Gemara says, Rabbi Yossi, Shiva Chaser Novod. Rabbanan, Shmoyna Chaser Novod. What you have to do, this calculation only works if you have 6 full months and 6 chaser months. But if you add a 7th chaser month or an 8th chaser month, so that fills the gap, you're not dealing with 4 days, you're dealing with 3 days or 2 days. And Memela, Rosh Chodesh fell out on a Sunday according to Rabbi Yossi and according to Rabbanan on a Monday. Shemalois. Have a wonderful, gewaldige day. Yeah, go. Shema Elois, Mamakum V'Sicha Adonai. Adonai, Shema V'Goyli, Dina Zachar Shavai Zikot Adonai. Im Adonai Zishmoyo, Adonai Miyamo.
Kivisi Adonai Kivso, Nafshi B'Dvarei Cholti. Nafshi L'Adonai B'Shoim, L'Aboiker Shomrim, L'Aboiker. Echel Yisrael L'Adonai, Kim Adonai Chesed V'Rabbeim B'Fidos. V'Yiftes Yisrael Mikol Avonai Sov.